20 tonight on ABC and stream on Disney Plus and Hulu.
Right now on News Channel 6 and 7, temperatures are on the rise. How you can help keep you and your loved ones safe from the heat as your News at 7 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with a McDuffie County man facing charges tonight. 45-year-old Joseph Addison is charged with child molestation and aggravated child molestation. The McDuffie County Sheriff's Office requested the GBI help with the investigation in the case. Addison is being held in the McDuffie County Detention Center. Well, it's time now for a first look at the weather with Chief Meteorologist Jenna Petraggi. Jenna.
Well, Dee, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning for a portion of Screven County. You're looking at that now, and this is until 7:30 tonight. It includes the towns of Newington and Oliver, and this is for the threat of up to 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts along with small hail. And of course, there is torrential rain coming down within this cell and frequent lightning. This is moving east at 30 miles per hour, so the town of Sylvania not technically included in this polygon, but some heavy rain and frequent lightning over Sylvania as well. The rest of the CSRA is looking good. Augusta, Aiken, completely dry, all places north of I-20. You can see on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam, it's also dry in Waynesboro, just a bit cloudy. And speaking of Waynesboro, there was a high of 97 there today on our Live Viper 6 neighborhood network powered by Tempest. Today's high in Augusta was 96 degrees, and currently those temperatures are in the low 90s for the most part. 90 in Augusta, 93 in Aiken, with the heat index still around the triple digits, and we'll still have that heat into the weekend. Back to you, Dee.
Thanks so much. We'll see you in a few more minutes. This weekend's high temperatures can be dangerous. Heat injury and illnesses are major concerns. Dahlia James spoke to experts on how to stay safe.
Record-breaking temperatures already today in the low country. 98 degrees recorded at the National Weather Center, Charleston, beating 2016 record high by 1 degree. And more hot weather is on the way.
Guess what? Summer's here this weekend. And we're going to face some record heat this weekend and really high humidity and really high heat indexes. So I think obviously we're encouraging people to stay cool, stay inside.
Experts recommend limiting time outdoors, but if you do go out, stay hydrated, wear loose light-colored clothing, and take frequent breaks. It's also important to listen to your body. Symptoms like dizziness, nausea, thirst, and weakness could signal heat exhaustion. More severe signs like confusion or loss of consciousness may indicate heat stroke and require immediate medical attention. Sunburns are also a major concern as they can trap heat, making it harder for your body to cool down.
So if you get a horrible sunburn, you may experience heat loss or heat exhaustion more quickly. So you want to apply sunscreen often, frequently, and a high SPF number.
Young children, the elderly, and people with certain medical conditions are especially vulnerable to the heat. So check on them frequently.
I think people in general just, maybe underestimate the dangers of the heat, because I think, we are here in a warm climate and it's summertime and people are just always assuming, well, it's hot in Charleston, so what? But, heat is actually the #1 related weather hazard. So we really need to be looking out for one another.
And it's not just people at risk. Pets are also vulnerable in this extreme heat. Experts say if you do have outdoor animals, make sure they have a cool, shady place to relax and plenty of water. But if possible, try to limit your pet's time outdoors.
Avoiding the middle of the day where it's at its hottest. We want dogs to be able to go on walks in the morning or in the evenings after the sun goes down. Being mindful of where they're walking. Cement and pavement burns their paws very quickly. And we always say, if you can't handle the heat, they can't handle it. So if you're touching the pavement and it's too hot for your hands, it's way too hot for their paws.
Today, Congressman Rick Allen hosted our parent company, Nexstar Media Group, celebrating 30 years since its founding. Each June, Nexstar stations across the country spend one day giving back to the community, and that day was today. Kim Vickers reports.
WJBF has been a Nexstar station for nearly 9 years, and every year we participate in the Founders Day of Caring by choosing one nonprofit to donate to and volunteer for. This year, it's Fisher House.
Obviously, the CSRA has a ton of veteran services, and sometimes those services are overlooked. And so we wanted to work with veterans specifically. We landed on the Fisher House just because of the work that they're doing.
Fisher House, founded in 1990 by Zachary and Elizabeth Fisher, is a nationwide initiative that offers free lodging for the families of veterans, allowing them to stay close while their loved one is hospitalized.
The families are going through so much, and we are a place where the families can come together, rest, and feel like they're in their own home.
WJBF works to give back to the community each month through Giving Your Best, but many feel that Founders Day stands out.
We look forward to this day every single year. It's a chance for the entire station to really pull together and help. It's an honor to be able to help an organization like the Fisher House because they do such great things in our community. So it's really just our way to do a very small part to be part of something much bigger.
It is very special to be a part of an organization that wants to give back and that wants to give us opportunities during our workday to go out in our community and give back. Obviously, as a news channel, we're out in the community every day, sometimes telling stories that don't have happy endings. So this is a great way to fill our emotional cup.
Deese says they depend on donations and volunteers to keep Fisher House going, and they were excited to be chosen as WJBF's focus for this year's Founders Day of Caring.
We're a 24-hour operation, and having a group like y'all come here to help us means the world to us. There's so many different things that go on here and so many areas that need attention, and we're just so grateful.
For more information on how to donate to or volunteer for Fisher House, just find this story at WJBF.com. In Augusta, Kim Vickers, WJBF News Channel 6.
A packed house today for the 18th annual Elder Rights Conference at the Columbia County Extension. Augusta University is helping introduce children to cyber security at an early age through its Viceroy Kids Camp. The week-long camp for our students between 4th and 8th grades taught the basics of coding, cyber security, and ethics and digital safety. Organizers say those lessons go beyond just technology, helping kids understand how to think through challenges and make smart decisions online. Now, for some campers, the experience is already changing how they think about their own future.
Because in the world, there's going to be a lot of difficult things that you can't do, and I think you need to put your mind to it, and maybe you can do it.
Augusta University says even if these kids don't pursue cybersecurity careers, the skills they learned this week can still help them navigate the digital world more safely. A World Cup kick.
And we are experiencing the first heat wave of the summer season, but as we go into next week, a wet weather pattern will bring us some cooler temperatures. I'll have the details when we return.
Relax and fill your groceries. We start with the freshest items, and our trucks keep your food cool right to your door. Fresh groceries your way with Kroger Delivery. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live 5/6.
Welcome back. In case you missed it at the top of the show, I am tracking a severe thunderstorm in Screven County. This includes Newington and Oliver, and this warning is until 7:30 tonight, so about 15 minutes left. Still producing some very heavy rain, a ton of frequent lightning, 54 strikes in the last 5 minutes alone, and there's also the possibility of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and small hail. This storm is moving east at 30 miles per hour, so Sylvania, this is exiting your area. So Allendale County, heads up, this storm will be clipping part of you, and you can see here on a Live Viper 6, Allendale County currently dry, and so is the rest of the CSRA. So it's always interesting when we just have this real tiny storm, but they become really strong, and that happens a lot in the summertime. So even when we're not under a widespread threat of severe weather, any of these storms could produce those downburst winds. So that's what we'll be tracking for you over the weekend as well. Our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam showing nice conditions up towards the north, though, at Soap Creek Marina. In town, we're at 90 degrees, still feeling like 100, winds out of the southwest. And you can see here on our current temperature map, most of us in the 90s, a little bit cooler there in Millen at 88, 84 in Allendale. We have this minor disturbance bringing the storms today, and then this cold front will be approaching us over the weekend, increasing our rain chances, but it's not going to be cooling us down just yet. Heat stress potential definitely still there for tomorrow afternoon. We'll have a high of 97 degrees and then 95 on Sunday, and low temperatures very warm as well in the mid-70s. And you can see those rain chances up to around 30 to 40%. So for your forecast tomorrow, between noon to 6 p.m., that will be the hottest point of the day with highs between 95 to 97 degrees. The heat index up to at least 105. Some of us could even briefly get above that. And I want to remind you that it only takes 10 minutes when the air temperature is 95 degrees for your car to get up to 114 degrees. And unfortunately, roughly a third of child hot car deaths occur outside of the summer months. And technically, it isn't even summer yet. We're still in spring for a little bit longer. That first day of summer is just 9 days away, though, and we're definitely getting a taste of it this weekend. So after the sun goes down, that activity will diminish, an isolated shower possible overnight, but overall a dry start to our weekend. Now, once we get into the afternoon, some storms will fire up. Similar areas as what we're seeing today, mostly in our southern lying counties. Then by Sunday, starting out dry again, but those storms come right back into the picture during the peak heating of the day, and we'll see a bit more widespread activity Sunday night. Now we'll be watching another low pressure system move in as we go into the start of next week. This will stall out over the area Monday, and then we'll be watching this cold front on Tuesday, and that will bring more widespread showers and storms to the area. But those low temperatures tonight, once again on the warmer side in the mid-70s. Highs tomorrow are going to be in the upper 90s, and your 10-day forecast is showing those temperatures get down to the 80s on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, thanks to the higher rain chances, 60% on Tuesday, then heating up for our Father's Day weekend back into the low 90s. Now it's time for a sneak peek of the Partly Cloudy podcast. June is typically a quiet month in the tropics, but that is not always the case. Meteorologists Avery Gray and Miller Hyatt discuss historic June hurricanes.
Tropical Storm Allison and Hurricane Agnes, they both caused major flooding. Tropical Storm Allison was in 2001. It was the costliest and deadliest tropical storm in U.S. history, so many people don't think of a tropical storm being a major threat, but they can be. Tropical Storm Allison, it only had 50-mile-per-hour winds. It's weaker than a severe thunderstorm that we see all the time during the summer, but it caused 40 inches of rainfall.
That's crazy.
It caused $5 billion in damages and 41 deaths, and a very similar situation happened with Hurricane Agnes, Miller.
That's right, Avery. Agnes, the most infamous storm in history, it made landfall in Florida, but the worst part was the flooding that it brought all the way up in the Northeast. So remember, it's the flooding that really causes a lot of these deaths, unfortunately.
To learn more about the tropical history in the month of June, including recent events, watch this week's podcast on WJBF 6 Plus on your streaming device today.
Coming up, President Trump. The newest member of the San Bernardino County Fire Department is a robot. The four-legged robot dog is designed to map buildings and provide situational awareness for firefighters. It can also search for victims in collapsed buildings. Excuse me. Because of its small size, it can reach tight spaces that may be too dangerous for first responders. But the department was having fun watching it do tricks throughout the day. I guess it would be fun just watching it go back and forth and go on its hind legs and everything.
Yeah, that would be entertaining for sure.
Yeah.
Well, our forecast is showing a hot and humid pattern continuing this weekend. We have scattered showers and storms in the forecast both Saturday and Sunday, mostly during the late afternoon and evening hours. High temperatures are in the mid to upper 90s, and then as we go into next week, a little bit cooler Tuesday and Wednesday with higher rain chances. Then we heat right back up as we go into Father's Day weekend.
All right, well, that's our time for now. Thanks so much for joining us. Our next news is tonight at 11. Entertainment Tonight is next. Have a great night.
Right now at Rooms to Go.